Hello, I'm Anna Plassart. I'm a lecturer in history and I work on the history of political ideas. In my talk for our public lecture series, I will be discussing a question that has been consistently on the agenda since at least the 18th century, which is how can we make democracy work? And in particular, is direct democracy a workable political system, or does it always inevitably end in populism and autocracy? Ideas of direct democracy and referendums, as opposed to representative democracy, are widely discussed these days. And in my lecture, I will put these discussions in historical perspective by focusing on the short period of time when the French Revolution tried to implement a system of direct democracy in 1793. So first, I will give you a little bit of background. France's early revolutionaries very much admired the English system of representative democracy. And conversely, direct democracy was viewed very suspiciously by most contemporaries. Edmund Burke famously called it the tyranny of the multitude. And from this, I will explain how this really quite unpopular idea was revitalized by the writings of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and why the French Revolution eventually moved towards direct democracy with its constitution of 1793, which was adopted by the first referendum in modern history, and which generalized the use of referendums for legislation. And finally, I will take something of a longer view and explain how France moved away from direct democracy after 1793, how referendums were then used again in the 19th century by Napoleon, and what lessons we can learn today from France's experiments with direct democracy.